Welcome to Hollywood Studios for our 50th episode. 5-0. We'll be answering some of your questions that you guys have sent in to us.
Yes. This is where my social awkwardness comes in.
Anyway, let's go to Galaxy's Edge and do some cool stuff. I know she wants to get a Ronto Wrap.
Yeah.
And then we'll also answer a few questions that you guys have sent in to us throughout the episode. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Alrighty, we are headed into Galaxy's Edge.
Ronto Wrap.
That's all Jen wants right now.
I don't care about anything.
She just wants a Ronto Wrap.
And maybe a Coke detonator.
So Jen wants to get a Ronto Wrap, so we're gonna go.
We'll answer your questions. Wow,
okay, you're all assertive. Oh, they got tables in here now. They didn't have tables in here originally. Yeah. Jen wants a Ronto Wrap, so we're gonna get a Ronto Wrap. So here is the menu for Ronto Roasters. Jen likes that Ronto Wrap, which is roasted pork, grilled pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, and tangy slaw wrapped in a pita. I think I'm gonna get the sour sarlacc. I like spicy mango. So Jen's happy because she got her Ronto Wrap.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
All is right in the world now. First Ronto Wrap in like 2 weeks. Just like you remember?
Yep.
And then I got the sour sarlacc. What drink did you get?
Touch me, I'm so excited.
Oh, that's what I got last time.
Yeah, I wanted it again.
It's got like a tea flavor to it. So I think I'm gonna get this sour sarlacc a try and see what it is. Alright.
What's in it?
I don't know, but that's my new favorite.
Is it?
It's sour, but I love it.
Interesting. Mine's better.
So it's got a spicy mango to it.
Spicy mango?
And it just like kind of burns your throat.
Like chili mango?
Yeah, I love it. Oh, that's my, you gotta try this.
Okay.
That's my new favorite.
Oh, that is good.
Isn't it?
Then it's got an aftertaste of hot.
Yeah, it's like lemon, it's like lemonade, and then sour mango.
I still like mine better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yours is a little bit more refreshing. Mine's more sweet.
And that's what I wanted.
But it is so good. Sour sarlacc. 2 thumbs up. Alright, so let's answer a few of the questions that you guys have sent in to us. So first question is from Brienne Giles. What are your favorite rides?
Like how many?
What do you mean?
Well, how many can I say?
Let's just say your top 2.
Oh, how about each park?
There you go.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So we're at Hollywood Studios, so I'll start there. Oh, I don't know. It was a great movie ride.
Rest in peace.
I guess Alien Swirling Saucers, because it reminds me of Junkyard Jamboree at Disneyland. What about you?
I would probably say, man, I agree with you that Great Movie Ride was my favorite. I'll say Rock and Roller Coaster, just because I like roller coasters.
We haven't done that.
No, we haven't.
Have we ever even done it together?
Yeah, we've done it together. We need to go back and ride that again.
Yeah.
What about Epcot?
Epcot, probably Soarin'.
Soarin'?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Spaceship Earth. I love Spaceship Earth. Kind of sad it's gonna be refurbishing soon, hopefully for the better. I always get scared when my ride. What about Magic Kingdom?
Haunted Mansion.
Oh yeah, Haunted Mansion for sure. Animal Kingdom.
Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage as well, absolutely.
Awesome.
I agree with that. And then what about one Universal ride? It could be either of the parks.
Forbidden Journey.
I'm right there with you. Forbidden Journey. I actually rode Gringotts for the second time ever like a week ago. And I was like, this is kind of fun. But
I like Gringotts too.
Forbidden Journey is amazing.
We haven't done Hagrid's yet, so
yeah,
that really could change.
That could.
Real quick.
We need to do that. Next question is from Auburn. Describe your dream vacation.
God.
I know mine.
What's your? You go first.
I'm gonna say a Southern Caribbean Disney cruise, just because they don't run them very often, and it goes to Aruba, and it's like 8 to 11 days long. Like that's my dream cruise. Like,
yeah.
That's the one I love. What do you think?
For me, it's Tokyo Disneyland. Because I can eat all the shrimp and all the seafood and all the ramen and ride all the rides. There was a Disney cruise that stopped there. And like,
pretty cool.
Like stop there for 2 days, so you could have a day in each park.
The next question is from Adam Kenny. He wrote, "What were your favorite toys when you were kids?"
Polly Pockets.
Hi, I'm Polly Pocket. Let's have fun in my playhouse together.
Polly Pockets.
Love and Barbies.
I think I liked Legos. Legos were my favorite. When I got older and computers became more advanced, I liked Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Me too.
That was
Roller
my jam.
Coaster Tycoon.
That was my jam.
What was the other? Wasn't there another Tycoon one?
Well, there's Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and then 2.
Wasn't there like a Zoo Tycoon, or am I
Maybe.
making that up?
You might be right. I remember I played The Sims too.
Sims.
Was fun. Make The Sims do silly things.
When you create the characters and design the surroundings, anything's a possibility. The Sims. It's a new game every day. Rated T for teen.
Okay, so the next question is actually 2 of them from Buckeye Toe. Wrote, "Are you from the Orlando area originally, or did you move to Central Florida? And if so, what do you miss?"
So I grew up in New Jersey. I don't miss snow. I don't miss driving in snow.
You miss the New Jersey pizza.
I miss pizza.
Yeah.
And I miss fall. And I miss my mom.
That's good reasons to miss New Jersey. And I actually was born in Southern California, not far from Disneyland, and then grew up in North Georgia, in Atlanta. And what do I miss about it? I moved down here about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that.
Well, what do you miss about California? Or did you not have enough?
drier weather. I do miss the drier weather.
Oh, I miss no humidity too.
Yeah, and then what do I miss about Georgia? Sometimes I do, I know it's gonna sound crazy, sometimes I do miss colder weather, but by like 2 weeks, like no more than like a few more weeks. Like we only get like 2 weeks down here of cold weather. I would like for like a month and then be done with it. Like, yeah, I also miss...
You're gonna regret that if it actually happens.
Yeah, I also miss the mountains. It is kind of cool to be able to hike mountains. I did that. We had a mountain that was actually a national park just outside of where I went to college up in Georgia, and it was really cool just to hike the mountain and come back down. So that was really neat. So this next question is also from Buckeye Toe, and it is, what trip are you planning that you guys are most looking forward to? And who is the planner and who is the spontaneous one? So I'll say that I'm more the planner, she's the spontaneous one.
I'm go with the flow, as long as it's like we agree on like what we want to do, and if there's something that I'm like, like the last cruise we looked into like the rickety zip line, and he was like, let's do it. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
no.
It's like, that'd be great for the vlog.
No.
But no, like the trip that we've been really planning, and actually we were talking about it on the way here, was a trip to Tokyo Disney. I think that would be one of the things that both of us would love to go to see. We were planning on going next year, but there's the Olympics going on, and
then Journey to the Center of the Earth is supposed to be down, and we want to experience as much as we can. So I think we're gonna hold off.
Yeah.
Plus, we want to like buy a house.
Yeah.
Like an adult.
Be adults.
We don't have that yet.
So the other thing we were looking at as maybe something that we're planning next go around is a trip to Disneyland. I grew up with Disneyland. I've spent more years of my life at Disneyland than I probably have at Disney World, so it's very close to me.
I haven't.
But you appreciate the things in Disney.
love
So the history and all that. So I think that's the next thing that we're planning, or in the planning phases, because that's a little bit easier to do than flying halfway across the earth to Tokyo. So
yeah, we gotta like really save for that one.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll probably do another like small cruise in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, can't not have a cruise.
Yeah.
Gotta go on a cruise.
Like I said, if they did a cruise to Tokyo, I would be all about it.
So the next question is from Monarchs Fly 8. They wrote, I'm still new to your channel, so I have a couple of questions. How did you two meet?
Through my best friend.
Yeah, mutual friend. Actually, Sam, we've mentioned her once or twice in videos
Love
before.
you, Sam.
Samantha went to the same college I went to, and then came down here on a Disney college program. I transferred down through my job, and we met through Samantha.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Samantha.
Literally, we were talking about Disneyland, and then you added me on Facebook, and then we just started talking.
That's right, it was about Disney. You'll see Samantha in eventually.
Horror Nights, like probably the next video.
She's our
after
official
this.
Halloween Horror Nights correspondent. And then the next part of that question is, who's the bigger Disney fan? It's hard to quantify. I guess if it came to like theme parks,
I don't know.
I like the history behind theme parks. So I feel like I know quite a bit of history of theme
And I
parks.
like more like the Disney movies.
Yeah, animation and TV shows. Like you watched the TV shows more than I did
Yeah.
growing up, because I was more Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
You watched more Disney, so you're probably better when it comes to the movies and like.
If you give me movie trivia, I'm pretty good.
And what's your favorite park and/or attraction? Well, we discussed the attraction. What's your favorite park?
Disneyland.
Disneyland. Okay.
But if it had to be here, it'd
Yeah.
be Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I would probably say Disneyland as well. And I agree. I like Animal Kingdom. It's just more our pace.
Copycat.
I do like California Adventures though,
Yeah.
because I grew up. Side note, I grew up when they were building it, and we walked by it on our way to Disneyland, and I remember seeing it and going, "This is going to be amazing." And I was so jealous because Disney World had 4, and we just had 1. And I just remember the opening day of that was just so bad. It was so lame. I was so disappointed, but it was like your second park, so it's like you had no choice but to love it.
Yeah.
And then it finally got love with Cars Land. So I've gone through the whole relationship cycle with California Adventures, so I do kind of like that. That holds a special place for me.
For me, Disneyland, that's like, was Walt's dream.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool.
Walt walk those roads.
Oh,
Pretty
chill.
cool. So our next question is from Chagas de Costa. Asked, what are your reactions on the upcoming new ship of the Disney Cruise Line, The Wish?
I was so excited. It's so perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It really is.
It is a great name.
Like, oh, it's so good.
I like it a lot. Do you like the pencil at the tail end?
Yes, I do think it should be like Genie, because that's the Make-A-Wish.
That kind of belongs better with the Wish.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fine. The picture of the lobby. Oh, it looks so
Very
pretty.
Very
Oh my
pretty.
God,
I'm excited.
So,
All right, so our next question is from Edward Steven, who wrote in Spanish, ¿Qué les gustó más del crucero Disney? Which is, what did you like most about Disney cruise? So I'm going to try and answer this in English first, and then in Spanish for our Spanish listeners. What did you like most about it? I'd say the cleanliness.
yeah.
Yeah, the service is pretty good too. You really can't beat the service.
Yeah.
So, translate it out. Let me get my phone out. Nos gustó mucho la calidad del servicio y su limpieza. Yay! So our next question comes from John Herman, who wrote, I would like to know what kind of profession for your real jobs or full-time YouTubers. Are you travel agents?
I would love to be a travel
That
agent.
seems like it would be pretty
That
good.
seems like a lot of fun. But no.
No, we're not travel agents. Let's start with you.
Sure, I'm a photographer. I'll put my link down below. It's just a Facebook page, so.
Take good photos though.
Yeah.
What do you shoot?
I have, at first it was Canon EOS 6DD. Now I have an 80D, but I'm really thinking about, what's the one you told me to get?
The Canon M50.
M50.
Which is a mirrorless version of it, essentially.
Yeah, I'd like
Be able to still use
we'll
your
see.
lenses on it.
We'll see.
And then for me, I am actually a retail manager. So that's probably the reason why I like a lot of merchandise. Because when I look at stuff, I go, and I think the business side of things.
And I'm just like, that's cute.
Yeah. But yeah, work in retail is always fun. Our next question comes from Taco Gaming, who wrote, how do you made all this money to to go on so many trips.
With lots of those.
Yes, very easy. We save money and we work hard. You do those two things and you'll have plenty of money to buy any type of vacation that you possibly want.
Yeah, save.
Yep, very important. So our next question comes from Andrew Hanna. Wrote, congratulations on the 50th episode. Hooray!
Insert confetti.
Been great watching them. Why did you decide to get into vlogging, and what are your biggest challenges getting into it?
Well,
Why
I know why.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
Because our parents would always ask us, hey, what's that like? What's that like? So we started making just like little videos on YouTube about our, or not YouTube, on like our personal Facebook about our trips with like music. But then like we went on this Savannah trip, and it was a mystery trip, and there's the video, we have a video of it. Well, that's why we thought about vlogging. Because how do you explain that with music? Like, so we were like, let's talk about it. And then it just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
So.
And then I always told myself that if I moved to Florida, I would get a GoPro, invest in a GoPro, and play around with that. And the GoPro's great. I love the GoPro. It has its limitations.
That's one of our challenges.
So,
was the GoPro.
I find that there is no perfect camera. There's always going to be a drawback to something. And you just kind of have to buy the camera based on how you're shooting. And that's why we still have the GoPro if we ever needed it.
Especially with the cruise coming up, we're going to need it.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be times where you're going to need to have a versatile, durable camera. And I think that that camera's great. Its drawbacks is it does not do well in dark, and it does not do well with zooming at all. So that's why we got this Canon, Canon G7X Mark II, because we feel that that does better in those environments. So we're still playing around with this one to see if we like it. I think I like it. I think it's a good second camera for this, or first camera, but we'll definitely still use the GoPro. So the biggest challenge is trying to find...
I'll definitely use the GoPro. If there's a Gen vlog, I'm not using this because I'm clumsy with, like, if I don't have like a neck strap, like, no. But
I'd say the biggest challenge is trying to find the right technology that fits you. Just know going in there is no perfect camera. You'll never find a perfect camera. There's always something that is a drawback. You just need to find what best fits your style. Stephanie Tennant. Do you guys want kids someday? It'd be extra fun to see Disney from their eyes someday.
I mean, you gotta put a ring on it first, and then... Then we can think about that.
Thanks, Stephanie. We're like kids at heart, too, so... I think that would be kind of fun. You're right, gotta get married first. Gotta get a house. And all that fun stuff.
Adulting.
Yeah, exactly. And then the second question from Stephanie, have you done any cruise lines to compare Disney Cruise Line? If so, comparisons, differences, pros and cons would be a good video. So, I actually rode on Carnival.
I did too.
Way back when. It used to be called the Carnival Celebration, which is no longer a part of the Carnival fleet anymore. It's that old. They sold it to Prince, I can't remember, Princess or something like that. One of their smaller cruise lines. What one did you ride? Was it Carnival as well?
Inspiration.
Inspiration. So we both rode Carnival years ago.
In high school.
Yeah. My experience is that the food is better on the Disney cruise, the service is better on the Disney cruise, and most importantly, the thing I noticed was the cleanliness. I've heard good things about Royal Caribbean. Maybe one day we give that a shot. But in my experience, just when we're docked next to another ship, I've noticed that, you know, I don't think anybody beats the cleanliness of a Disney cruise. But Royal Caribbean is one that I wouldn't mind giving a shot if given the opportunity. If it was the right cruise, the right price. Yeah, my dad, I found out, fun story, I found out my dad's going on a Viking cruise.
Didn't invite us.
Yeah, what's up, Dad? Yeah, so Viking cruise, it's a smaller cruise ship. There's not as many guests on board, so it makes for a more intimate environment. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Our next question was also by John Herman. He asked a question earlier. He asked another one here. Do you have a pet? We do.
Thomas!
His name is Tom, or Thomas. You might have heard us mention his name before.
We'll put a picture in there, don't worry.
Anyway, Thomas is a cat. He is her cat originally, and I inherited him through dating this one.
You love him.
I do. we have a weird love-hate relationship. But yeah, Thomas is a pretty cool cat. He's pretty spunky. He is a Siamese cat. What else do you want to say about Thomas?
He's my favorite.
He's your favorite? Oh, okay.
But he doesn't like to cuddle me, he likes to cuddle him.
Because I never give him love.
And I guess
he likes that. Amanda the Trex wrote in, what made you all start a vlog? Kind of answered that earlier. Basically, we wanted to do it for our family. We wanted our family to be able to see exactly what we do. There's always questions of like, hey, what's it like to live in Orlando? What's it like to live in the theme parks?
What's it like to go on a Disney cruise?
Yeah, and the cruise is the one that really set the bar and kind of was like, well, this is why we enjoy going on a cruise. So hopefully you guys enjoy it too. It's kind of the whole reason why we started to begin with.
Yeah.
Auntie Cheryl H? Something like that. What kind of work do you do? We answered that earlier. Retail manager, photographer. When did you first go to Walt Disney World? Years ago. I went to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. I was a lifelong Disneyland fan, and Disney World was always in our backyard, but we never went. We always went back to Disneyland. So one year, my mom and dad decided to take us to Disney World, and made sure to tell us it's definitely not Disneyland, but it was still an interesting experience. It has grown on me since I've lived here. I think I like Disney World for different reasons. But yeah, there's always a special place for Disneyland in my heart. And you?
I came for the first time in the 5th grade. My mom decided to take me before I had back surgery. I have scoliosis and I have 2 bars in my back. So before the surgery, my mom's like, you gotta do something to get your mind off of this. So she took us to Disney World, and I've been obsessed ever since.
And now you live here.
Yep, so we came, I know we went to Epcot and Magic Kingdom, and then we also went to SeaWorld. And we didn't stay on Disney property. We stayed in Kissimmee somewhere. I remember the sign, like the old Kissimmee sign. I don't even know where that is, but like I remember that as a kid.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The second question, also written by Auntie Cheryl H, is, have you been to Disneyland? Yes, many times. Probably more so than she did.
I've only been twice.
I grew up with Disneyland. For the first like 8 years of my life, we had annual passes. My mom would say, clean up your room so we can go to Disneyland and watch the fireworks. I mean, that was her way of getting us to do chores. Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, Disneyland's fun. And you went to Disneyland for the first time when?
I think it was like 2012. And then I went again with you, and that's the only times I've been.
So we need to go a 3rd time too.
I miss it. I want to go.
Next year, guys. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So the next question is by Disney Food and Baseball. Did you guys do the Disney College program? I did not. I did not do the Disney College program. I knew a lot of people who were a part of the Disney College program, but I did not myself do the Disney College program. You?
I did. That's how I met my best friend Sam, and that's how we met. That's like how it kind of worked out.
Yeah. So you did what on the Disney College program?
My first college program, I was mission-based attractions. I can't even ride it because I'm really claustrophobic, and yeah, it was funny. The last day of training, they're like, "Do you want to ride it?" And I was like, "No." I'm good. But I have ridden it before, so I knew the gist of it. Like, I knew what it was all about. Yeah. I do love the ride. Like, I love the theming of the ride and all that sort of stuff, but just not my type of ride.
Okay, so we moved over to the shade because it was melting.
Yeah, he's wearing dark shirts.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that in Florida. Next question was by Bailey Urich, which, by the way, wrote some amazing questions, very thoughtful questions, and I felt like we needed to put them all in there, so we're going to go ahead and answer them. Have you ever been to Disneyland? Yes, we've been to Disneyland before. I grew up there. Have you any desire to visit the Disney parks in Asia and Europe? Yes. Very much so. We want to eventually do them all. I would love to check them all.
I really don't know what he's going to eat over there, though. That's where I'm like...
I'll get by. If I get hungry...
You're going to eat popcorn the whole time?
If I get hungry enough, I will be more adventurous. But it's just tough for me to be adventurous when I've got so many great food options that I know I can eat. The next question was, what was your first vacation as a couple?
Disneyland. Yeah,
yep. Disneyland. Favorite Disney parks food? Let's do like a treat. What's your favorite treat?
My favorite treat?
Yes.
Well, my pretzel with cheese.
Pretzel with cheese.
Yeah.
And then mine's the Mickey Premium Bar. Since you've already done a Disney Cruise Vlog playlist, is there anything you will do differently this time around? What have you learned? I think the more vlog, something you'll learn, like if you ever do vlogging, if you ever take it up, the more you do, the better you get at it. And that was about, what is that, 6, 7 months ago? 5 months ago?
Yeah.
So, no, it's like 5 months ago. So I've learned a lot since those past 5 months in editing and videotaping and everything. So I would say what would be different is the little tricks that I've learned along the way via editing and recording. So I think, you know, a cruise is a cruise. It's not terribly different. The destinations might be different, but
what's going to be different is like Halloween on the Ice.
Yes, and that's where I think that those themed cruises come into play. You know, everyone loved the cruise vlogs playlist that we did a while back, so we don't want to deviate too far from that. We want to give people what they like to see, but I agree that there should be a little bit of a change. So that's where the theming of this cruise, and maybe the fact that it's the dream and not the fantasy, and different ports of call. So.
Yeah, I forgot, like we didn't do a vlog of the dream.
Yeah, no, we rode the dream.
This was before
But this is before we did a vlog, so that this will be a different ship for them.
Yeah, yeah.
How come sometimes you do vlogs without the other person? Does it have to do with work schedules? It does.
Yeah.
Typically, my schedule's a little bit more consistent. Hers are consistent to an extent. Her off days are consistent.
My off days are consistent.
My off days are not, but
Yeah.
my shifts are consistent when I do work. So it really falls on timing. Really what it comes down to is we want to make sure that we still release videos and we stay true to our schedule. I think that's very important that we stay true to the schedule. I've always said, how would you feel if you watched your favorite TV show and they said, oh, sorry, it's not coming out this week? I'd be very upset. So we want to stay true to that, and sometimes that requires one of us to go out and do the vlog.
Yeah.
What's the first Disney movie you remember watching?
Oh, God.
Something sticks out to me, and maybe my mom can correct me on this, but Lion King comes to mind. And I think it's because it might have been the first movie theater Disney movie we went to go see. But for whatever reason, that movie sticks out. And I could be completely wrong on that. I don't remember, honestly.
I don't know. I just know I watched Cinderella a lot as a kid, so that's just what's sticking out to me.
Yeah, I think...
But Lion King also is kind of like...
I think Lion King was the first in-theater Disney movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could be completely wrong, but for some reason that's sticking out to me.
I'm gonna ask my mom.
Yeah, that's a good question. Another question from Bailey as well. Do you have footage from your first Disney cruise? I do. However, it was before we had the vlog.
So it would just be like...
There was no talking. It was just me playing with the GoPro. And
no microphone.
No microphone. And it was synchronized to music, and music that is copyright on YouTube that I can't use. So, actually, fun fact, you can see a little clip.
Oh yeah, it's a little preview.
The little preview for Halloween on the Horror Nights. Halloween on the High Seas. That would be scary. Halloween on the High Seas.
I don't know if I want to be on a boat with Horror Nights. Oh god, that's terrifying.
Halloween on the High Seas. The little preview that pops up in the past several videos. Those are clips from the dream. That is from our dream vacation. But we do not have a YouTube, and I don't think there's a plan for that because that was edited using GoPro Studio, which doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
so
that was a pain.
Yeah, I actually got those video clips from an old Facebook video that I posted years ago. So unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna have any previous video footage. That's really gonna be the only clips you have from it. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I think that pretty much wraps up, you know, about us. You know, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you got the answers you were looking for. And maybe we'll do this again sometime in the future. Do you have anything else to add?
Thanks.
Thanks for watching.
I don't know, it's weird talking about yourself. Like, what do you say after that? Thanks. Like,
well, we're probably
like
gonna...
a job interview. Thanks for your time.
If you like the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. Also, if you haven't yet, be sure to tap that subscribe button. And make sure you tap the notification bell. It's how you get notified of newest videos when they're released. Have anything else to say?
Thanks.
Yes, thank you. 50 videos. and many more to come.
And thanks for all the good questions, guys. I was like, what are we going to talk about?
Oh man, good job guys, thank you. And I don't know, until next time.
See you real
See you real
soon.
soon.